Question number 9, getting a bit of geometry thrown in with some algebra. So a rectangular swimming pool is length of x meters, width of y, and the perimeter is 44. So write down an equation in x and y using this information. And the perimeter of a rectangle, you have x and y. So 2x's plus 2y's equals 44. Or you could know that 1x and 1y would be half of the perimeter. So x plus y is 22. Either of those is acceptable. Now they tell you that the area of the swimming pool is 112. So write down the second equation. Well, area, length times width. So x times y is 112. And now they want you to use your calculator to find the value of x and y. So essentially, easiest way probably to do this is to graph these two equations. However, your calculator, you're going to have to rearrange these to say y equals. And using this one, it's actually kind of quick and easy to see that we have 22 minus x. Rearranging this one, I can say 2y's 44 minus 2x, and then divide by 2 to cancel out multiplying by 2. Use that equation. Down here, rearranging, we have to divide by x, so y is 112 divided by x. So like this pair of equations or this pair of equations are the two you want to enter into your calculator and take your graph, find the intersection. I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to use the graphing part to determine the answer by graphing the two equations and finding their intersection. As you can see, I'm using the simpler of the two first equations. I'm going to give some thought to my window. Because we're talking about lengths, I know that my minimums can be 0, and x plus y being 22 means that both the x and the y, the maximum value either of those could be is 22, and so I'm going to use that as the boundaries for my window so that the graph, when I look at it, is a little bit easier to read. As I can see, I have the two lines, 2 points of intersection, and so I will find both those points of intersection, and again, the steps: calculating, move the cursor to the points of intersection, and simply hit enter until you come up with an answer. They tell me x is 8, y is 14, so there's one set of dimensions to the rectangle, and I'll repeat this process one more time. Again, move the cursor close to the intersection, let the calculator do the rest. And again, I get the same two pair of numbers because again it's a dimension, so length times width, or width times length, is both 8 by 14. Once I've worked that out, I find out that there are, if x is 8, then y is 14, or you can switch it around. If x is 14, then y is 8. Because they're saying the length is x, we kind of always assume length is the longer of the width. So 14 and 8, that second pair. But this first pair, 8 and 14, are acceptable. So now to calculate or to work out part D, first we see or read Olympic-sized swimming pool is 50 meters by 25. And then once you determine the area of the hotel swimming pool as a percentage of the area of the Olympic swimming pool, first thing we need to know is what is the area of the Olympic swimming pool. It's 1,250. And so you can think you have 112 square meters out of 1,250. And times that by 100 to convert it to the percent. And we get 8.96.